Jacob Sandin is a Native American who went to Arrowhead Elementary in Utah. And recently, he showed up to class looking like this. He had a mohawk that apparently went against the school's dress code. Now, his father is a member of Seneca Nation, and his mother is also a Native American. And apparently, this hairstyle is meant to represent his heritage. But unfortunately, the school was unwilling to understand that at first, and then later on, they kind of gave him a pass. So basically, administrators had called his parents and told him, yo, your son is breaking the dress code. This is very serious. You need to pick his ass up. And the parents tried to explain that this was meant to be something that represents who he is and his Native American heritage. And apparently, the principal of Arrowhead Elementary said that they need some sort of proof, maybe some sort of letter from the leader of their tribe implying that this is actually an acceptable hairstyle, which is ridiculous. Now, this whole situation lasted a while, but thankfully he did not get expelled, he didn't get suspended, they didn't actually make him leave the school. At the end of the day, they realized that they were making a mistake and they allowed him to continue learning at this school. So according to Susan Hara, who's the principal, if there's any kind of a hairstyle that is a distraction, then we have to tell the parents that we've got a problem. That's a protocol that we go through, and I felt like it was handled efficiently and that we respected their culture. Now, what do you guys think about this? I have really strong feelings about dress codes. I hate dress codes. I hate being told what to wear. Of course, when I was in school, I had to deal with it quite a bit, and I understand the reasoning behind it. They're trying to make sure that students aren't a distraction. They want to make sure that girls aren't scantily clad. That all makes sense, but sometimes it goes a little too far. Drew, what do you think? Make your point.
First of all, the name of the high school was Arrowhead High School. So I'm like, I'm confused about that. And then the second thing is like, I could get mad. I get mad about hairstyles and dress codes. When I'd be like, some of my teachers, I'd be like, your hairstyle is distracting me, and it's very terrible.
Terrible.
So I could easily just say the same thing, and I feel bad. I feel bad that the kid had to go through that, and had to like proof of his heritage. Like it's a shame. But
yes. What about you, Haas? Make your point.
I've had the exact same. I'm not even lying right now. I would never do that on the point. I've had the exact same situation happen to me in middle school. I kid you not.
You had a mohawk for your heritage?
I had a mohawk for my Native American, not my Native American heritage, but I had a mohawk because, I don't know, I just fucking decided. I have crazy parents. They allowed me to do that. I went to the national, right before the national anthem in front of everyone in the school. The principal on the microphone said, Hasan, go back home, buzz the rest of your hair, and come back.
Yeah, Haas,
in
but
front of the entire school.
You're Turkish, though. Like, Turks don't have mohawks to represent
but I guess
their
what
heritage,
I'm trying
so
to,
it's not the same situation.
But it's still ridiculous that I think any sort of hairstyle limitation is stupid. I'm just trying to express myself as a child.
Distraction.
So,
distraction.
No, I totally get it. Look, I teach at a university, and sometimes I go to school dressed, I don't know. I mean,
sexy. The word you're looking for is sexy.
Well, I'm a sexy bitch. So what am I going to do? Am I going to wear baggy-ass clothes just because I'm teaching at a university? Like, so I hate dress codes.
Who made these rules?
Who made these rules? And how do you determine what is and isn't a distracting hairstyle, right? It's a mohawk. It's a little different, but it's not the end of the world if he has that hairstyle. Anyway, so here's the personal question for the story. What's something that you got in trouble for when you were in grade school? Drew.
Actually, I wore a Bart Simpson, I'm Bart Simpson, who the hell are you t-shirt, and I got sent home from school. I was pretty upset about that. I loved Bart Simpson at the time. This is like mid-90s. This is Simpson Mania.
It.
Yeah.
Well, if your parents were okay with it, why is it such a
my
big
mom
deal?
bought me the shirt. It said hell. Yeah, it said hell.
Oh,
and I was like, my mom had to come pick me up from school, and she brought me a shirt to change in.
That's crazy. Were you going to Arrowhead High School? Is that the high school you were at?
I almost feel like it now. Maybe. This is in Ohio. Same difference, I guess.
What about you, Haas?
I've gotten, believe it or not,
Mohawk.
believe it or not, I got in trouble a lot.
Really?
When I was in school. Yeah, because
you
Turkish
seem like you would have been such a compliant kid.
Oh, that's weird, right? No, because in Turkish schools, there's so many different rules and regulations, and now I realize that most of them came, like the enforcement came from the insecurities of my principals and my teachers. But at the time, I was like, oh my God, like I guess I'm fucking up all the time. I've had to do push-ups because I was late to class. Ooh. I would always get like kind of hit in the back of the head every now and then for never tucking in my shirt because I was fat and like I didn't want to tug in my shirt because I thought my booty was too big. Now I know that girls like that. I didn't know that back then.
I like how this turned into a humble brag for Haas.
I know.
Okay.
Now you got a big ass. We all know
I
you got
was
a big ass.
fat, though, you know? It's just, so basically, I went through the same scrutiny that this Native American boy did. I'm kidding, I did not. But,
Yes.
you know, rules are ridiculous.
All right, I got in trouble for something insane now that I think about it in retrospect. When I was in 6th grade, I went to a middle school in a rich part of town. My mom lied about where we were living, so I could end up living going to school in a nice area. Anyway, they would do random locker checks to make sure kids didn't have weapons or anything. And one of the counselors did a check of my locker, and of course I don't have weapons, but I used to write poems like any other emo middle schooler, right? And so he read my poems, and he thought that I was like this promiscuous, sexually active kid, which I wasn't. I hadn't had sex yet. And so he called my mom to the office so she could read the poems and see what I was writing. I swear to you, there was nothing violent, nothing even like sexual in nature. It was just like an emo kid pretending like she's in love. Yeah.
Expressing yourself.
And my mom was a really, really strict parent, and she was really scared that I would become sexually active at a young age. And so she came into the office, she read the poems, and she was so upset. And I remember getting in trouble by that. And now that I think about it, I wish I remember the counselor's name so I could hit him up and be like, you're a bitch, right? Like, who does that? So I got in trouble for that, and that was unacceptable.
And I have sex now, so suck it, counselor.
And I feel like, like, especially as a child, it's like I wouldn't say promote, but they want kids to express themselves emotionally, and like most kids like to hold it in, but then all of a sudden you do it, and it's like, now you're wrong for doing that as well.
I'm just thinking of this perverted counselor going through your locker for weapons, and then it's like, oh, there's a poem here. Ooh, it's salacious. Like, fuck you, dude.
I know, what a creep. Now that I think about it, it's more of a creep than anything else.
I know.
Anyway.
I'm gonna keep this poem.
Yeah.
All right, guys, so share your stories. Tell us if you've ever been in trouble in grade school. I'm sure you have. We've all been in trouble. We like reading your comments. We like engaging with you, so comment in the section below, and we'll see you soon.